Good morning. This morning I am making a video that I really don't want to make. It is August 25th, 2023. It's Friday morning and I'm about to go do something I just don't want to do. So I'm getting ready to go downtown at 9 o'clock and go to a pawn shop and sell this beloved gun of mine. So this is a Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum. This is the first gun I ever bought brand spanking new, and that would have been in the summertime of 1986. I would have been 26 years old then, and I think it was around August, but I can't say that for sure. So I've owned this thing for a lot of years, and I didn't make this decision lightly. It's something I have been thinking about for a very long time. It is a Smith & Wesson 586, model 586, and it's a 6-inch barrel. It has the capability of having a scope mounted to it, apparently. I don't know anything about that, but it's a great gun. I bought it brand spanking new, as I said, 1986. I would have paid, I think, around $350 for it then. It didn't come with the holster. I bought the holster later on, and it also had a gun belt with the holster, but I'm not going to let this gun belt go because I foolishly, it will hold 25 rounds of Magnums or 38s, but I foolishly altered this gun belt. I cut this hole in it so that it would mount like that, and I should never have done it. So I'm not going to let that go because I don't think anybody would want it since I altered it like that. So anyway, I've got, here is, I think there's 14 shells there. There's 6 in it, which I need to take out and put in there. I need to make sure this thing's in good shape. I haven't shot it for years and years. It's a big, heavy gun. It's very, my hand doesn't really fit around that grip. So let's take those out. Those are 357 Magnums. It'll also shoot 38s. Everything works good on it. So I'm going to take this to the pawn shop. A used gun like this is selling for anywhere from $800 to $900. They sell brand new for $900. This exact same gun. It's not in bad shape. It's never been dropped or anything like that. It's in pretty good shape. I'll need to, when I shut the camera off, I'll inspect the barrel and everything. But I know it's good. It's just been stored, locked in a toolbox for a lot of years inside this metal box. My ammo box is not going to go, by the way. So I also have this, which I bought, which will fit that belt very easily. So I'm going to keep that as well. That's not going to go. I still have the gun. It's the only gun I'm going to have left after I sell this is going to be a 38 special, Smith & Wesson 38 special. It's an airweight. It's small. It's a snub nose. Very, very small. It's only a 5-shot. But that's going to be the only gun I got left. I've sold off everything I've had over the years because I have no interest in going out and shooting. I just don't. So we got 50. So we got close to 70 rounds. And this box is completely full. So that's what we're going to do. I'm having a hard time saying goodbye to this, but there's no reason for me to keep this gun anymore. It's a double action revolver. It works really good. Everything's great on it. And like I said, I'll inspect the barrel there before I take it down there. It's just time to let it go. I'm never going to go shooting again. I bought my airweight in during the pandemic. It took forever to have the sheriff's department background check taken, and to actually get the gun, it just took forever. But that's what I have, a little snub nose, and I don't have a license to carry a concealed weapon, so I don't. Anyway, that's gonna be it. So there is a funny story. It's kind of funny now, but it sure wasn't funny then. The day before I picked this thing up, something happened at work that prevented me from picking that up. So when I come back, I'll do a little update and we'll talk about that, and I'll share in the relative ballpark how much they're going to give me for this. But for now, I need to inspect that thing and get ready to go. Okay, I just got back. I ended up having to, it's 10 o'clock now, I had to go to 2 of 3 pawn shops that are here in town. And the first one didn't want to buy it at all because they just have an overabundant supply of those type of handguns, apparently. So I went to the next pawn shop. I didn't even know where it was at. I had to find it. I went there, and they kind of acted too like they didn't want to buy it, but finally said, yeah, we'll buy it. And I didn't get as much for it as I would have liked to. They sell for about $900, brand new, $800-900, and so but I got more than I paid for it, let's put it that way. And it had 70 rounds of ammo with it. So I'm kind of glad it's gone. I'm kind of sad, but I'm never going to shoot a gun again. And that's simply because I just don't have any interest in guns like I did when I was a young man. I still have my little Airweight. I bought it in 20. It's a 38 special Smith & Wesson Airweight 5-round. And that's simply to have here in my house for protection. This thing is small enough I could literally carry it in my pants pocket without the holster, and nobody would even know I have it. But I don't do that because I do not have a concealed carry, and I don't really want a concealed carry. So, funny story, when I bought this, when I bought the 357, it was the first brand new gun I had. I'd had several that were illegal guns that were bought, you know, without a background check or anything like that. Those are all long gone now. I don't have any guns at all except my little Airweight, and it's registered to me. But I was 26 years old in 1986, and I was working as a line cook at a truck stop, and I was the breakfast cook. My shift was, I believe, 6 to 2 or 7 to 3. I'm not sure. We'll just go with 6 to 2. And then the swing shift guy would come in at 2. I would go home, and then we had a graveyard shift. So when I started that morning, I took over from the graveyard guy, and it took, I believe, 5 days for after you get approved through the sheriff's office that you can have the gun. They make you wait 5 days in case you're mad and angry at somebody. They figure you're going to cool off and you're not going to go shoot anybody, I guess. The day came when I could go pick this thing up, and yeah, I was really excited. It had been over a week, I think, because of the weekend. And so I went to work 6 in the morning, and I was just all excited. Oh man, I'm going to go get that gun today. After work, I'll just swing by and pick it up. It's already paid for it and all the rest. Well, what happened was the guy that was the graveyard cook that day was also supposed to come back and work the swing. That was his regular shift. But apparently he went home that morning and he found that his wife had been with somebody else at the house. I guess walked in on him. I don't even know, because I never got to speak to him about it. But he was just so upset, so he calls in and says, I quit, I'm not coming in today. Well, he was supposed to be my 2 o'clock relief in the afternoon. And I don't exactly remember, but there was nobody to cover it. So, and the manager there was a severe alcoholic, and he was having all these stomach problems. And he was just all stressed out. When he found this out, he just become a mess. And he's, I gotta go home. I gotta go to the hospital or whatever. So I was kind of left holding the bag. Come 2 o'clock, there's nobody there. And I went to the manager or whatever and said, look, I'm off work now, but there's nobody here. And they wanted me to stay around until they could get somebody to come in. Well, lo and behold, nobody came in the whole night. I would get mad and I'd go call people and stuff, and nobody would come down and work. So I ended up working from 6 in the morning until 11 at night, I guess. And I ended up working a 16-hour shift, so I couldn't go get the gun, and I was just furious. I was so mad about that. And I said, never again. I don't care. Come 2 o'clock, if nobody's here, I'm just walking out. And I actually did that a time or two, and they got mad. And I said, I ain't gonna fall for that crap again, because they purposely stuck me with a double shift. And so I never had to do that again. But it created problems, and then I eventually left there and would go on to have chef training, sous chef training, and then ultimately pastry chef training, baking training later on. So anyway, that's the funny story. It's funny now, but I was hotter than a pistol. Angry at them sticking me with a double shift when I had plans to go pick up the gun. So that's it. I only have one gun left, and I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't have to worry about somebody stealing the other one, even though I kept it locked up in a toolbox. Here we have a law, and I guess most places do now, that you have to keep a gun locked up, and if it gets stolen because you didn't have it locked up, you will be responsible for whatever crime, and I don't even want to go there. So, but anyway, that's what I did today, selling my great big Magnum pistol. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.